I'm gonna start with the good. Shit talking, very good flexing. Uh, the flows were pretty good on certain songs. The beats were phenomenal. Production phenomenal. Lyrics hit or miss. Lyrics were hit or miss. I had my moments where I made a face. I had my moments where I dropped some bombs. I had a moment where I hit some buttons. But overall, rapping, it was very okay. It was very okay. But I like the beats. That says a lot. If I'm saying I like the beats more than what was being rapped about, what was being said. But with that being said as well, is that this is the Get It Off My Chest album. That's why there's two other ones. That's how I'm looking at this. Like, there's a reason why I'm feeling a way about this album because I'm like, all right, well, I'm glad we got past this because every song was kind of similar to that with a splash of other stuff in between. But the majority of this album was getting all of that off his chest. And when you listen to an album post beef, it kind of comes with it. Now, would I would like a more of a balance when that's happening? Absolutely. But because there's no format, there's no standard to it, do you? Is it for me? Not necessarily. Do I see myself bumping Iceman in 2 weeks, 3 weeks? I don't think so. I honestly don't think I'll be bumping this album in 2 or 3 weeks. And the crazy thing is that you probably had a chance with the future joint, ran to Atlanta, but that just didn't land. I don't know if that's because that felt like a forced collab, just because it's like, all right, let me get a collab on here so I can get a slap. But that didn't slap. That didn't slap as I thought it would. The visual made it better, but it doesn't really help after the fact. Like, here we are in the album, and I'm like, this is cool, but I think the visuals definitely helped a lot. Uh, Overall project, let's see. I gave 4, 3, 3, 4, 2.5, 3.5, 4, 3.5, 3, 4, 1.5, 4, 5, 2.5, 2, 3.5, 3. If I was to give it a score out of 10, people might hate me for this one. If I gotta give it 4 out of 10, I would probably have to give it a 6.5 out of 10. My personal opinion, I think it's a 6.5 out of 10. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it was the beats. It was strictly the beats. The beats is why I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. Now, content, subject matter, and all that, and build up, I don't think the build up helped for this. I think the build up helped for the fact that we got two more albums. But if that build up was just that build up and then this, I think it's lackluster. Now, also, I would say recapping this and getting it, and I'm kind of glad I didn't finish the whole thing, but I mean, shit, I might as well say I finished the whole thing because what I listened to was essentially Iceman and that little preview there. And the visuals helped it a lot. But listening to this, I got real bored real quick. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even like, it's late, yeah, but I was bored. You know what I'm saying? This album kind of bored me. It had its moments, it had its ups, but it had a lot more downs. This album had a lot more downs than I wanted it to have. You know what I mean? And that's kind of disappointing. It's a lackluster album, but I'm gonna say it again. There's two more. There's two more. So this is the Get It Off Your Chest album. And I'm glad he got it off his chest, and I'm glad that like we have two more. Because if this was just at this point, oh, Drake could be fucked. You know what I'm saying? Drake will be completely and utterly fucked. But he has a chance to redeem himself for my ears in two more. Because this one, I don't think I'm gonna even put this on my phone. I don't even think I'm gonna really put this on my phone. Like, I'll listen to it to see what I'm banging with. But my favorite track is the one that leaked. You know what I'm saying? That's my favorite track is the one that leaked. Now, there were a couple of other ones in there that were cool too. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't land. It really didn't land, y'all. If it landed, that's because you're a fan. And I'm a fan, and I like Drake. I like the music. I'm here for the music. So, like I said, the beats and everything sound good, but it's not something that I think I would necessarily ride around to quite yet. You know what I mean? I don't think I would ride around to this version of it. You know what I mean? There might be some songs that I take out of it because I think in every album there's songs that you can take out of it. But I've ranked everything in here mainly because of the beats. It wasn't Drake himself and like what he did on it because I feel like every song where he popped his shit or he flexed, it felt similar to the last song or the song before that at some point in the album. So I'm just like, there wasn't much of a difference or versatility in that regard. You know what I mean? It was 18 tracks of luster, you know what I'm saying, of lackluster stuff. And that's a little disappointing for me. You know what I mean? And then I don't think that that preview really helped it. I mean, it gave you like I didn't finish it because he deleted it when I was in the middle of me watching it. So is it because it gave you a preview of what else is to come? I guess. But now I got to see what type of sound we going for because this wasn't the slap album. That's why I'm looking at this too. This wasn't the album where we're supposed to look for the slaps. Enjoy the music, sure, because I enjoyed the music. I definitely enjoyed the music, but I also listened to see what Drake was rapping about or talking about, and I like that he rapped. You know what I'm saying? That's another good thing is that I like that he rapped. I like that he kept it balanced. There wasn't too much crazy singing on it. He had the singing moments and in the pockets, but overall he rapped on it. So I got to give him that. Is this a hip hop album to me? Is this what Ebro and them's been asking for years, and the Charlemagne the Gods, and like the people that we've listened to for all this time? Does this hit hip hop for me? Somewhat, somewhat. It does. It hits somewhat for me. It gives me a little bit of what I wanted, a little bit of what I expected. As far as the content that we was talking about, it felt more. This was like betrayal. Fuck Kendrick, subliminally talk about LeBron, bring up some Rick Ross, uh, and go back and forth on how people did him wrong and how he watched them on the other side. Which, once again, get it out your system. He used this part of the album to get it out of his system. I wish it was in a couple more, like couple of songs versus the whole thing. But this one is 0 for 1. If I'm gonna say that, it's 0 for 1 out of the three. It is 0 for 1 out of the three. Do I like it? It's cool. It's mid. It is mid. Like my caption says, is it going to be trash, fire, or mid? It ain't trash. It's very mid. It is a very mid beginning to this Iceman season. Very mid. That's the best way I could put it. Those Kenny shots and those Kenny disrespects, I like them. I like that too. But other things, I wanted, like, because once again, I expected that. And how he was going to do it, I don't know. But I wanted more out of the other stuff that I didn't get. So this is very mid. This is a mid project. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This is a very mid project, man. And that's okay because luckily homie got two more. But that's how we're gonna leave with that, man. That is my rant for that. I mean, that kept me very right here. Like I didn't get too high, I didn't get too low. I kept right about here. You know what I mean? There was some bars that was cute, but he also had some elementary bars. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of Finding Nemo-esque bars in there. And I'm like, okay, okay, Drake, come and find me, Nemo. You know what I mean? So like it was cool, man. It was cool. I'm glad he dropped. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad he dropped for music purposes. You know what I mean? Because that's really what it's about too. For the music purposes, I'm glad that he dropped because we needed that. You know what I'm saying? The world needed that. But I'm gonna call this the blood in my eye. This is definitely the blood in my eye album. This part right here, this portion of it is blood in my eye. So I'm gonna leave with that, and we're gonna come back and revisit the other two. Now I'm not gonna be live doing it because I think that was a disruption. The live, I can't do these albums live because clearly YouTube be playing the games, even though we thought we was gonna be able to eat. But that's fine. That's okay. I'll review the other two offline and then we will post those as well too. But yeah, overall, very mid. Very, very mid. That's all I got, man. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let me know what y'all favorite tracks are, because I got about three. Out of 18, I got three of my favorite tracks. Now, let's see. My highest rated tracks. or Make Them Cry. I did like the intro. I will say he started off strong. That's another thing. I will say it started off solid. You know what I mean? Because I gave it fours, three, three, four. Then it started trickling off a little bit. So I can't recall outside of the intro. Is it Make Them Pay? Yeah, Make Them Pay. And I like Too Hard for the Radio. I ain't gonna lie, I like Too Hard for the Radio. Too Hard for the Radio was cool. And yeah, very mid. Very, very mid. Sorry. Iceman did not live up to the hype. I don't think Iceman lived up to the hype. Do y'all think it lived up to the hype? I know some people loved it, but I don't think it lived up to the hype that it was marketed to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it lived up to that. But yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. That's what I got with that, man. So let me know what y'all think in the chat. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, hype the video, subscribe. We'll be back with the other two albums, though, for sure. We out of here. Peace.